Welcome, my name is Matt Bunkle, and I am free to sing. And I sing that life loves you. And the reason why I sing life loves you is because I've had a massive journey in my life. I'm 43 years old, and from about the age of 19, I stumbled onto this idea of being, called to love. And to learn what love is, selfless love, potentially. Is selfless love possible? Is there a love so fulfilling that enables you to be the best kind of love to somebody else? And I think I had the reality when I was 7 years old. When I fell in love with life itself. And when I was 20, when I was 20, I began to try and do that love. Try to love people as best as I understood selfless love to be, relying on life's love to enable me to care. And when I was 23, 24, I had a dream about pearl needles. I won't say that dream here, but it inspired me. It made me feel like it was about getting, a pearl needle represented a person where you got their value and then you got their pain, and there was something in that value in both the value and the pain. The value in the painful story is actually part of the hope, and want to put people into a safe place, and began the journey of trying to create safe places, even to adopt and stuff like that within my own journey in my family. But in 2020, in a really, when it seemed like the whole of my circumstances seem to be falling apart, despite doing the best, despite trying to do what's most loving and gracious, trying to be, determinedly good with all I could, still didn't seem to render the result I hoped for. And yet when I put my hope into life and into circumstances and began a journey of songs, I started with a song called Butterfly, and 1,000 songs later ended up with 1,000 songs. 2 songs at the beginning and the end of a journey. Like I ain't told very early on, all the songs let me hear, in what was potentially my most worst days in terms of how my life was going. I still had love that I felt around me, but in terms of how things were going, they weren't going very well, it seemed, from my hopes and intentions. And yet in that place I began to sing, explore songs, started doing a video journey to try and introduce myself to anyone who might be interested in my music. I felt this urge to want to go out and sing, and I began a journey, and that journey very quickly turned the circumstances around, or was part of turning the circumstances. Somewhere between the songs and having really honest conversations and holding love as the main objective, free, open-handed love that's supportive no matter what the choices are made. Seen between the conversations and the songs began a journey to turn all the circumstances around, and even help process all the emotions that get damaged when relationships struggle and go wrong, or seemingly go wrong, because sometimes it's hard to tell, because life has a way of working these things out if you really keep walking the walk and keep hoping in the hope and keep life supporting you. and that's what's been in these songs. And so I wanted to invite you, if you've come to my channel, you know, Pioneer Studios, or have heard me singing and wanted to check me out, you've got a few options. You know, you've got options to come and join me at Freest to Sing events. You can ask me to come and sing for free wherever you're at. Generosity breeds generosity, is the way I see it. Maybe you've heard my songs being played somewhere. At the moment they're not being played anywhere, but maybe if I keep singing the same song enough, and sing it loud enough, and sing it with all my heart, genuinely, maybe lots of people will hear the song over time and come here and think, what is Matt about? Who is this guy? What is he about? And I want you, if you want to go. If you want to, you can begin to dive into my little journey that took me from a place of trying to find hope in a hopeless place, or trying to see hope in a hopeless place through music, to circumstances changing, and realise how much life itself is our greatest hero and our greatest supporter. And you know, and if that's all available, you just click on the link and it will take you to where that journey is. You know, and it's got up to 200 songs, but you know the journey goes to 1,000 songs, literally. And it literally took 1,000 songs to write the 1,000 songs, because that's how long it took for the idea. You know, some songs like Butterfly, you know, my wife wrote a poem in a really troubled time, but that poem seemed to perfectly fit with where I was at within myself, and I felt it reflected some of the circumstances maybe I saw around me, and the hopes that somehow life would turn it around. And Butterfly was written like that. It just went boom. Other songs I've written since then have gone boom. You know, it sort of come very quickly, but 1,000 songs, you know, has effectively taken all of the imagery and ideas of hope, you know, that I'd seen throughout the journey, and it accumulates in this song that is so, trying to sing the biggest song with the most voices, with the most life you can squeeze into it, to say how much life cares for us, despite behind all the things we're seeing that's crazy sometimes, behind it all is something so vast and supportive. And I want you to not listen to me tell you my knowledge or my wisdom, because a lot of it is just me pulling apart the puzzle, diving into my own thoughts, things I've noticed. The idea as a poet is that you look at the things, you notice things, and you kind of have these metaphoric conversations with yourself that ends up being these songs. And 1,000 songs is a accumulation of potentially all of my songs ever written, ever, you know, and actually potentially is trying to sum up the idea behind all the songs ever sung. In the same way as a bird sing every day, human experience is like a song being sung every day, and we've got loads of singers, you know, in the human world, sharing their feelings and their experiences, and you never know what one of those might give us empathy in a dark day, and you never know which ones of those are going to kind of be the top of the mountain and come through the struggle, and you never know. But you feel free basically to, you know, dive into it. You know, there's 200 songs available. That was up to the point of change, where circumstances turned around for incredibly in the right direction. Well, seemed the right direction. Was it ever in the wrong direction? You could ask from a certain perspective, because life was working stuff out. If somebody's struggling, if someone you love is struggling with stuff in them, pain and bereavements and stuff like that, you know, maybe you're the safest place to let that out on. You know, sometimes you are the safest place because you are our home. You know, we build houses all the time and we try to make our houses nice homes, but we are ultimately the home. and we are a mobile home. We take our home wherever we are, and we have all the people in that home that we are connected to. And it's up to you to keep that home good and make it open, accessible if you want it to be, or if you want to lock it down like a castle, or whether you want your home to take over the world, or in my case, want to use my home, who I am, to sing freedom, like sing of the greatest thing, which is life itself. To which all of our words and all of our ideas and all of our kind of trying to understand reality is only able to be because we're free to breathe and free to be and part of it. And I think it's brilliant. So anyway, I'm Matt Bunkle. Life loves you, and I hope that I'm free to sing and singing strongly my song and all my songs around that that have some that carry very similar themes. Butterfly, life loves you, a call of love, life in me, life within me, these three things. All these songs, particularly in the free to sing section, are summing up all the songs I've ever written into a little chunk, and you'll hear echoes in those songs of all the songs I've ever written, which maybe might wear you out one day. Maybe you'll be able to listen to all my songs at some point, but it's not about the songs necessarily, it's just about the life we all have and share, that I want you to see behind it all, that is potentially the very thing we're all looking for. Life is the home, and we all homes within the home, and that home is massive, physically massive and conceptually massive beyond the comprehension, but we are literally in a relationship with it by the very nature of reality, and we have to understand, or seem to be on a journey of understanding how and why we should trust that, or why we should be afraid. Life is giving me a reason to sing, and it's now time to sing. And so you can either come with me, listen to the songs, or go on a journey if you want to. Feel free. Be free, be loved. You're always meant to be free. A thousand songs I give to you of the greatest kind, to see you through. Though a million tears roll down my face, it is this love that puts my smile into place. Though I'm broken here today, still I hope you find the same. If life will sing a trillion songs for you, writing on a billion tongues, so every heart is beating out their drum. But freedom is here, freedom is here. Hope lies on endless melodies, writing on every human hand, for every soul to find its way back home. You're never alone, you're never alone, 'cause life loves you, life loves you, yeah, life loves you.
singing, be a guide, so the hopeless find a light. 'Cause life will sing a trillion songs for you, writing on a billion times, and every heart is beating out their drum. But freedom is here, yeah, freedom is here. 'Cause hope lies on endless melodies, playing out on every human hand. For you will never be alone, never alone, never alone. 'Cause life loves you. Life loves you. And life loves you. May life's voice begin to rise, fill this earth and change the skies. Life will sing a trillion songs for you, writing on a billion times, and every heart is beating out their drum. But freedom is here, freedom is here. Hope lies on endless melodies, playing out on every human hand, for every soul to find its way back home. You're never alone, you're never alone. 'Cause life loves you, life loves you, life loves you.